In today's video, I'm gonna explain how to lose belly fat, how to go from looking like this to looking like this, how long it's gonna take, and how to do it the right way. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I'm gonna explain to you exactly how we can lose belly fat, how quickly we can lose it. And today's question comes from right here on my Instagram direct message. So you guys have questions, send them to my Instagram direct message. And final reminder, the ProPhysique Transformation Challenge, the 90-day transformation challenge where we're giving away $50,000. I'll show you some of the transformations from that competition. In fact, if you want to talk about losing belly fat, this is where it was done. However, the signups are almost over. This weekend, it's locked in. So get your registrations, get set up, get in the private Facebook group, get your nutrition, get your training, get your motivation, and let's make 2022 great. Now, the question: I've been losing body fat, but it's going slowly. How can I lose the belly fat quicker? So just how do we lose belly fat? This has been the question that has been asked since the beginning of time. And why is it? It's because when we go somewhere and we see somebody with a lean core, maybe some abs, it gives them nice shape. They have a nice look. It's very aesthetically pleasing. And it's kind of uncommon. Now, when we were younger, most of us had well-defined midsections, but over time we put on body fat. And as a goal for many of us, when we start, let's say, a weight loss challenge or kind of want to have a physique that maybe we want on vacation, it's often the goal of having like six-pack abs and having that. Why is it coveted so much? Well, to be honest, it's quite difficult. So let's talk about the things that you can do to get the lower belly fat gone, your core lean, and how long that's going to take you. The first step is you have to figure out how much body fat you have. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how long it's gonna take you. So how much body fat do you have? Well, I just so happen to have a video. I'll put it on the screen here. When you're done watching this video, go click that link, figure out how much body fat you have, and then you can figure out how long it's gonna take you to get there. What is the best way to get to this fat loss goal? Well, guess what? I've got a video on that topic too, but I'm gonna summarize it right here. For the most of us that are in a healthy body weight, we wanna make sure we're losing body fat slowly, 1 to 1.5% of our body weight per week. So if you're a 200-pound guy, that's 2 to 3 pounds a week. If you're a 150-pound girl, it's around a pound and a half a week. You don't wanna be rushing the process. And why is that? Well, because if you do something that causes you to lose weight quickly, well, you're usually gonna be losing lean body mass and risking the reverse process happening where you put on body fat quickly. Now, if that describes you and you've gone through that process many times, there is a solution. It's called reverse dieting. It's where we bring your calories up for an extended amount of time to kind of reset, get your hormones, get your metabolism back to a good place. But the idea of losing belly fat, the reason that I think most of it gets so frustrated is because we'll enter into a weight loss challenge. Now, I just started the transformation challenge on December 26th. I've already been doing this for 2 weeks. I've lost quite a bit of weight, actually. I've lost a few pounds. I'll do an update video soon, but guess what hasn't happened? I don't have abs yet. And I think for most of us, what we don't realize is that body fat does not come off in a pattern which we want it to. Body fat comes off in a predetermined pattern based on your genetic predisposition. Now, everybody's slightly different here, but almost everybody, the last area they lose fat is going to be the lower abdomen, the core. So if you think of fat loss as a paper towel roll, meaning however much body fat you have put on in your lifetime, we all started with a towel roll that was just cardboard. And over time, we've kind of added the body fat around that towel roll until, for some of us, we've got a bounty, big one, right? But how do we get back to the abs? Well, you're gonna lose the fat in the same pattern that you gained it, right? So if you think back to where you were when you had the last nice core of your life, well, as long as it wasn't in pre-adolescence, as long as you were an adult, that's probably close to the weight you're gonna have to get to now. And a lot of people get nervous about that and they say, well, that was high school, that was middle school. I'll tell you now, in my experience working with people, helping them get the physique that they're after, oftentimes you get back to a weight that you have not seen since high school. So how fast can you do that? Really, that comes down to what your life is set up like. How much time do you have to commit? Now remember what I said about the paper towel roll. You didn't put that paper towel roll together in 1 week, 1 month, maybe not even 1 year. You've been adding layers of body fat your entire life. That's okay. That's adipose tissue. It does come off. However, if you try to undo years and years of body fat gain in a matter of days, weeks, or months, you're most likely gonna set yourself up for failure. Now, I know this cannot be the most exciting thing to take your time doing this process, but I promise you, it's much more worth it. So, what does it look like? How much can you handle? What do I mean by that? Well, ultimately, body fat is gonna be burned off by creating a caloric deficit. One of the most common is called fasting. Why is fasting so effective? Well, because remember, our behaviors are the reason that we put body fat on. Why have we been adding body fat for all these years? Well, because we like to go out and have drinks and food, and we probably don't exercise as much as we would like to, and we don't have a sustainable approach to maintaining or losing body fat. So you have to change that behavior. What's one way to change that behavior? Look at a clock and say, oh, I can only eat certain times a day. Great. You're actually restricting calories during those times, and you're learning a new behavior. You're learning that, hey, if I'm hungry, it's not the end of the world. I can skip a meal. That's a very powerful behavior change that we can handle. What is another great way that we can find out to lose weight? Let me ask you this question. Have you ever gone on vacation and come back and been like, well, I ate everything I wanted to eat, had lots of drinks, and I came back and I actually weighed the same or less? How is that possible? I'll tell you, because when we're at home in our daily routines, most of us are very sedentary. However, when we go on vacation, we walk down to the beach, we walk through the theme park, we go for hikes, we go for swims. We never stop moving. It's like we're kids again. When was the last time you had a tight core? When you were a kid. So one way to determine how long it's gonna take for you to get there is to basically figure out the weight that you're at. So you have to figure out, okay, I have 50 pounds to reach the physique that I'm after. Give yourself 50 weeks, an entire year. Do not rush the process. If you focus on losing a pound and a half a week, some weeks, other weeks you're gonna be in maintenance, you're gonna have to adjust, you're gonna have to plan for life to happen. If you give yourself the mental approach of, okay, not every week has to be a week where I'm seeing consistent progress. Some weeks can be mental health weeks, recovery weeks. Some weeks I have more time. I can actually do more cardio. I can be more active. What I really try to preach to my clients that are far overweight is just changing their routine, getting more active, getting up before work and after work and going for walks. You guys have seen my videos on how to lose weight using walking. Well, this is probably the most powerful tool at our disposal because we can benefit in so many ways from walking. So if you are at 10, 15 pounds over the weight where you see your abs, give yourself 10 to 15 weeks. It's a very simple number. It can be slightly different depending on, scenarios. But if you are able to follow a diet that allows you to create a caloric deficit, which I have lots of videos on, guys, right? And what are the things we want to avoid? We want to avoid very low protein diets, very low calorie diets, and diets that are going to put us in a position where we have very low energy. We want to be able to sustain weight loss through being active, feeling good, getting good sleep, okay? So unroll the paper towel roll that you've been increasing sheets on for your entire life, but do it in a manner that when you get there, you don't just put those towels right back on. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.